Matt, I can't thank you enough for coming out here tonight and introducing me and being my friend for all these years.
Well, I'm honored to be the guy that was asked to introduce you. Because you've hung with so many cool musicians and artists over the years, and he called little old me the drummer for the Jim Steinfeldt photo exhibit.
Let me see some. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. You mentioned, of course, drummer. How appropriate.
Yeah.
All my career, I've made, let's say, extra effort to photograph the drummers when I would photograph concerts. I'm not the only one who.
It's hard to get a good drummer shot.
But I never wanted to leave a show without getting at least a few good shots, if not many, of the drummers.
Yeah.
Because they're not always remembered as they should be with the photographers.
Well, you ever notice that it's hard to get a drummer shot because the drummer's always making weird faces, and there's a lot of there's a lot of action. So
and there's symbols in your face.
Yeah, there's symbols and stands
and people and
people and the band, and the lights aren't quite right, but the drummer's always like going. So every time I see a photo of myself, I always say to the photographer that's shooting, "Well, try to get me when I don't have a grimace." You know, when I'm going down on the drums instead of like this, right?
So I remember that.
There's a few photos out there, not from you. You always took a good photo.
Oh, thank you very much.
There's a couple on the what we call the digital world that will never go away on the internet. Those photos that they take and they put up.
Yes.
It will never go away. It's here for the rest of my life. But the thing about you and your photography is you're a great editor of your own work. And like I said in the speech, and you corrected me by saying it's 0.125 of a second, which is beyond my comprehension of how quickly it is in that not a second, it's
fraction of a second
to get that perfect photo. And when I compared you to Jim Marshall, who was an old friend of mine, I thought about what he told me one time, and he said, Matt, we were looking at some photos that he shot of Velvet Revolver, and I said, well, there's a couple good ones here. He goes, well, you know, in my career, it took me 45 years to get those photos. You know, the great shots.
Yes.
And now, for you to show your shots of your 30-year career, and you look at the wall and you go, and you think, as a viewer of the pieces, wow, all the time and energy and all the concerts that you went to and all the shots that you took, those are the ones. It's very admirable, and I congratulate you. I'm very proud of you to call you my friend. You know, to say, hey, I know that guy. You know, drop some names. I know that Jimmy Steinfeldt.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got it, man.
Thank you, Matt. Very
Honored
much.
to be here.